Hello, all. This is Damini, co founder of WeMakeScholars, and I welcome you to yet another episode of my series Discover Study Abroad. So, generally, whoever I called for the Discover Study Abroad series, they were primarily, going to the top 5 study abroad destinations: US, UK, Canada, Australia, Germany. But today I have someone from slightly different, who went to study in a slightly different country. So, a lot of students go to European countries like Italy, Spain, and France, etc., for management and B school programs like MIM or other management programs. So I thought it would be great to have someone sharing experience who went to one of these countries. So I have with me Meghna today, who went in 2017 for her risk management program to University of Pisa in Italy. So we are going to ask her questions around part-time jobs, the challenges she faced with language barrier, if there was any, and also with respect to post-study work opportunities, and the most important part, the visa part. And one more additional bonus question, because Meghna also got €1,000 scholarship, so we are going to ask her the process of scholarship as well. So let's start and talk to her. So hi Meghna, thanks a lot for joining us for this session and taking out time on a weekend. Very happy to have you here. So quickly, can you introduce yourself to my viewers?
Okay, yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Damini, first of all, for this platform, for hearing me out. So, hello everybody. My name is Meghna Singh. I'm currently living in Italy I'm studying Masters in Data Science from University of Pisa, and I'm also working as an ambassador for my university. Apart from that, I have my YouTube channel where I help and guide international students who want to study in Italy. So yeah, that's it from my side.
Okay. So Meghna, as you went to Italy as a student, and you have worked also in between, and you went in 2017, as we discussed
Yeah.
before the call. So how was your overall experience as a student, and what are some of the things which insights which you would want to share with my viewers in this video?
Sure. I mean, starting your journey in a different country, it's not easy for anyone. For me, it was a bit easier because I was already living like away from my parents. I was living like alone in my apartment in India. So for me, it was not like too difficult to come here and to start everything from the starting. But the main problem which I faced was the language barrier, and also to understand. Like, I give you an example, a very small thing, that I was trying to find my university, and I was unable to find the university because I was unable to understand the Google Map, because in India, I mean, I was not used to use so much of Google Map, and I was really confused where I'm going, in which direction. Then the second problem I went into regarding buses. So here the same bus goes to go roundabout. So it goes to one place and then it comes back to the same place. So I sat by mistake in the wrong bus, and I was unable to understand that where I have to get down, because in the bus also everybody was like speaking in Italian, even the announcement was in Italian. So I mean, these are the very small things which you get into it, and but I think slowly you learn how to come out of all these situations.
I think the language barrier is, as you rightly mentioned, I'm sure it's, even people who go to Germany and places like that, you definitely do a course. So did you actually had to do a course in Italian before you, even though the program is taught in English, was it a requirement that you had to do a certification?
No, it was not a requirement. It was up to us.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so I think language thing is because my co-founder, he also went to Germany for, 6 months. So he was telling me that, you can't ask other people, the directions also, because a lot of them, either they don't want to speak in English or they don't speak English. So it becomes very difficult. So I can totally, understand the challenges you faced. So what about part-time job, Meghna, in that case? Because, you were not very familiar with the language. So were you able to get a part-time job even in, like, stores or something of that sort?
Yeah, so I started my job in an Indian restaurant. So, I mean,
Okay.
it was not that much necessary for you to speak Italian. So I worked as a waitress for like 3 months. But eventually I left because I didn't like, because they used to pay a less amount of money, and you can work in other restaurant, Italian restaurant, and you will get paid more. So it was difficult to find job in other Italian restaurants or other companies because of the language barrier. But before coming to Italy, I took like classes for 3 months. I also did a lot of homework by myself, like what are the things that I might need to know if I'm going to the train station or if I'm going to the restaurant. So I tried to create a list of the vocabularies that I might need to use in the day-to-day purpose. So for initially starting as a waitress, I learned the basic vocabularies, and I also assumed what the what the customers can ask from me, those vocabularies, and I really worked on those parts. And yeah, so that was my first
Okay.
part-time job in Italy.
Okay, but you could finally, manage briefly, talking to them, like by memorizing some of the sentences and things like that. So you could
Yes.
eventually work in a part-time job, is what you're saying,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I, just a question which we didn't talk about before, but I saw one of your videos where you said that, why you shouldn't work under an Asian boss. So I'm assuming that, your experience at an Indian restaurant wasn't good. That's why you're saying that an Asian boss is not something you should work under. If you don't mind, can you share that quickly with my viewers?
Yes. So yeah, I mentioned in that video that why you should not work with Asian. There are various reasons, but most important reason is they will not treat you like you are working for them. Okay, they will treat you like they are paying you, so you have to work. And second, they won't care for your personal life and your personal time, so they will have the expectation that you will come on Sundays, you will come on Saturday. Okay, and plus, I mean, they can provide you an accommodation, they can provide you food, but I really want to mention this: the accommodation that they will provide, it will be already occupied by 4 to 5 people in a small apartment, and you won't be happy. You never want to have that kind of experience, living abroad. So I think
Yeah.
that was not a
Got it.
good thing to work with Asian. And plus the money part, which is again very important, they won't pay you much. And every time, I mean, you cannot give any excuse to them that I have to go there or I have to go there, because for them it is not too much important that you are paying attention to your personal life. They are here for work and they are like workaholics, so they expect that employees are also same.
Correct, correct. So I can totally relate to that. So just a quick story here that I actually, when I went to UK, so most of the time I worked as a teacher. So I used to give tuitions for like sciences and all. But then when I started looking for part-time job, it was my first month over there. So, it was something, everyone is going for a job. People are going to KFC, McD and things like that. And then you feel, okay, you should also have a job. So I actually went just for a day to an Indian restaurant, and it was pathetic experience. As you mentioned, it was terrible. The people, they pay you less, they ask you to work more, they give you much harder job, and then at the same time they want hours, longer hours. So even though for a student it is 20 hours a week, they are okay in paying you in cash, but they want you to work more, which of course is not the experience which you are going for. So I went there just for a day and I realized this is not something I want to do, and then I started applying for teachers jobs. So just I wanted to share that here. Okay. So Meghna, now from these part-time jobs, can students manage their entire living expenses? How much can you earn approximately as a student through these part-time jobs?
So, as a student, if you go to like most of the places, they will pay you €5 per hour. But suppose if you're going to some restaurant which is very famous and big restaurant, big names, then they can pay you like €8, even €9 per hour. And as you mentioned in Germany, so same here in Italy, we have 20 hours work per week. So if a student is working for 20 hours, they are gonna earn, like, if it's let's suppose if it's 7 hours per hour and 20 hours per week, so it is €140 each week. For 4 weeks,
Yeah.
it will be around €500. Okay.
560.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
so is that enough
I mean,
for
it's,
a student to live?
I mean, I cannot say that it is on the, like, boundary boundary
Okay.
of how much
Okay.
you want to, enjoy or eat outside, and how much you want to cook food at home. So it is like the boundary point. You have to be very fixed on your budget. You cannot go out of your boundary of eating outside, or even like coffee every day will be difficult.
Okay, but I think it's just from the survival perspective,
Yes.
you are saying that managing rent and
Yeah, it's
groceries and
manageable
everything,
for
it is
yeah,
possible.
for survival. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sure. So, Meghna, you have, after doing your course in risk management in Italy, which you started in 2017, and after you completed that, you went to Poland and Greece for a short stint, right, for a full-time job. So, I think that's something, it's for a travel enthusiast who is going to Europe, from the perspective of exploring Europe, along with studies, of course. It sounds very amazing. So, I wanted to ask you, is it easy to, travel and pick up jobs in other countries after you have done your masters in Italy?
Okay. See, the thing is, easy is nothing. Once you're out of your country,
Okay.
there is nothing gonna be easy. Okay, so
Correct.
that's why when you're coming out of your country, you have to have this thing in your mind that things won't be easier for you, because there will be competition, not only from the people from that country, but also from other international students who come there to look for the job. Okay, so you need to have patience, you need to be disciplined in the way that you're applying for jobs. So you need to keep on finding jobs and never give up. Okay, and plus other important thing is to keep on adding the skills. Like each country has a like different requirements, different type of people they want. Okay, so you need to identify that what exactly they want. If you're getting rejections, why you're getting rejections, and then you have to work on those skills, and you can apply again. So of course, I mean, there will be difficulties, but it is nothing you cannot achieve by going in the right direction, basically.
Okay, got it. And Meghna, you were, you're a brilliant student. You got a €1,000 scholarship also
Yeah.
for University of Pisa. So I wanted to ask you, how was your journey of applying to scholarship? Because I keep making videos for my viewers on, how I went on to apply for scholarships. So I wanted to hear from you, how was the whole process of scholarships for your university?
Yeah. So actually, I got merit scholarship. First of all, I was not aware about this part, but I visited your website, like We Make Scholars, and I come to know that
Okay.
there is a scholarship for the Masters in Risk Management, which was my course, and I didn't apply separately for the scholarship. They went through my CV, my motivation letter, and my experience, past experience, and based on that they chose few students to give the merit scholarship, and I had number one rank in that scholarship. So I'm not like
Awesome.
brilliant student. Okay, I was like an average student. So even for the viewers,
Okay.
let me like tell everybody that you don't need to be very brilliant student. You don't need to have like more than 90 percentage to get a scholarship. Okay, even though you are an average student, but if you have like relevant experience, or you have explained yourself correctly that why you are a deserving candidate for this or that scholarship, then you can make it, and you can get a scholarship.
Okay, got it. So that's, I think, very inspirational. And I keep telling people that, you shouldn't think that, okay, if you're qualifying the minimum basic criteria, which is set up by the, provider, you should apply for it, because you never know, when you stand a chance. Okay. So, Meghna, I think we discussed most of the critical things which an international student looks at. We spoke about part-time job, we spoke about the language barrier, we spoke about, picking up full-time jobs in other locations. And also about the scholarship. So I think the last aspect which I wanted to cover in this video is the opportunities post studies. So I understand that you picked up opportunities only in like other European countries, and you came back for another master's at University of Pisa. But I'm sure you would be familiar with your seniors and your other peers. So what exactly is the PR and the opportunities post study work visa and post study work opportunities actually?
Great. So after a student finish their study, they can get 1 year job, I mean, one year extension to look for job.
Okay.
So like job search visa. Okay. And that is the time that student can start searching for job. Even though you're a student, you can start looking for job, and there can be like so many different options for you, like internship options. So even though you're a student, you can do internship. And with internship, the good thing is that there is no like time limit. You may also work more than 20 hours, and you can get like around 1,000 euro each month. Okay. But when you are graduated, when you have your degree, then also you can apply for internships, or you can apply for jobs on the different websites. So the best thing that is there in Italy, that to get a PR, you need to have 5-year minimum stay in Italy. And the best part is that the study period is also included. So if I'm doing my masters and I've already given my 2 years in Italy, I need to spend more 3 hours, and then I'll have more 3 years, and then I will have 5 years, and I can apply for PR. So, and the second criteria is, one is the 5 year, and second is you need to pay taxes at least for 18 months to the government, and then you can apply for PR.
Okay. So if I put it in this way, so let's say 1.5 year is the taxes paying time. So which means if someone has done a course for 3.5 years, let's say, right? Let's say one master's followed by another master's, 3.5 years, and then they work for 1.5 year and pay taxes. Of course, when they are working, they're going to file taxes. So that kind of a 5 years distributed in this way is okay for someone to get a PR. Am I right about it?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that sounds awesome. So I think a lot of people are gonna probably look at, and Europe and Italy, it's the place known for romantic places and things like that. And I think people who are picking, and let me Meghna, be very honest on this part, that a lot of people who are picking up Europe, they pick it up for two reasons. Number one, the cost is low compared to US or Australia and countries like that. And the second thing, they are really into that, they want to explore in terms of travel, beautiful places and things like that, and Schengen visa, which allows you to travel to multiple countries. So I think one of the reasons Italy is a place where a lot of students want to get in. So when you're saying the PR norms are also so simpler and easier, I think compared to all the other countries I've heard of, I think this is probably a very easy requirement. It's just that you should be familiar with bit of Italian, and only then you can probably get that 18 months of work experience and pay taxes. So but yeah, I think it sounds much simpler than other countries. So yeah, it was great, and Meghna, thanks a lot for coming onto our channel.
Sorry to interrupt you. I would just like to add something about the opportunities. So once you are done with your graduation here, your degree in Italy, you can also go to other countries and you can work there. So it will be easier for you to shift to other countries like Germany, Spain, wherever you want to go. And it will be easier for you to apply. You just need to find a work in that country, and you need to have a contract, and you can visit that country. You can apply for the work visa there, and you can now live in another country, even though you studied in Italy. So it makes things easier if you are outside your country and you are in any Schengen countries and you want to move to other countries. But if you go to a country like maybe Canada, it won't be easy. I mean, it won't be possible for you to go to Germany and other countries. But if you are in Italy or other Schengen countries, you have an option to move to other countries. And for job, I don't think, like, personally, I'm a very optimistic person, so I don't think that things are difficult. Okay, things are easier. Things will be difficult, but you have to make things easier for you with the help of gaining more and more of skills, so that you stand out among the crowd.
Yeah. I think, Meghna, this is the kind of positivity which I want my viewers and audience to have, that, because, life is going to be challenging when you step out of your home. As you mentioned, you go to another country, there are going to be different kinds of challenges. So I think optimism and positivity is the thing, is the way forward. So thanks a lot, Meghna, for coming onto our channel and discussing all that information. And I would tell all my viewers and audience to please go check out your channel, The Italian Diaries, and get to know more about the study and experience in Italy. So thank you so much. Yeah, bye
Thank
bye.
you so much, Ramini. Bye bye.